We're in Mishna Nedarim. It is Parak Vav, chapter 6, up to Mishna Hay, Mishna 5. Okay. Hanoida min hachalav. If someone makes a neder that he will not drink milk, he prohibits milk upon himself. He used the word chalav, which he translated as milk. Mutter bakum. He will be permitted to have kum. You know what kum is? Whey. W-H-E-Y. And whey is the watery liquid that separates from milk when milk is made into cheese. So the Mishnah says, when a person says chalav, he does not mean to include whey. He means the milk, not the whey. Rabbi Yosi oiser. Rabbi Yosi forbids. Meaning he forbids that when a person says chalav, he includes the whey. So here on the bottom, they explain for Taisvis Yantav the following. There is no real disagreement between the Tanakama and Rabbi Yosi. There's no argument going on here between the first opinion and Rabbi Yosi. Their rulings are based on how people use the words whey and milk in the areas where each one lived. In the Tanakama's area, whey was referred to simply as whey and was not included in the word milk. Rabbi Yosi's area, though, it was called whey of milk. Thus, when a person said milk, he meant whey as well. So that's from the commentator Taisvis Yantiv. And this is all about the fact that, as we've been saying, the Mishnah is following the principle of, when it comes to Nedarim, you follow how people use the words, and people use the words differently in different places and different times. So we don't have here, it's not an argument. Tanakam is talking about wherever he was. We don't know exactly where that was, but wherever he was, when they said chalav, they did not mean they meant milk and not whey. Rabbi Yosi, though, said that in his place, whenever they mentioned whey, they said whey of milk. And therefore, being that they always mention the fact that it's from milk, that will mean when a person says milk, he means to include that also. Now, on the other hand, minakum. Let's say the neder is from whey. That was his words. Minakum, from whey. Mutter b'chalav. Then he's permitted in milk, according to everyone. That's what they bring down here also. This ruling is true according to both the Tanakama and Rabbi Yosi. And Rabbi Yosi says that kum can be included in milk, but if you just say kum, you just say whey, that's not going to include milk. People don't include milk in just that way, in that word kum. Using the word kum, using the word whey. And therefore, according to everybody, in that case, when the neder was on kum, on whey, he would be allowed to partake of milk. Abba Shol Omer. Abba Shol says, Hanoide min agvina. If a person makes a neder from, now we have to be very careful here. The wording is hagavina, the cheese, right? We remember before we had these differences between whether you have a hay in the beginning of the word or not. So Abba Shol says, when you make a neder from hagavina, the cheese, aser ba be malucha ben tefela, you are forbidden to partake of the cheese, whether it is salted or whether it is not. Now the point of here is the following. Although he said the cheese, right, and the cheese would typically have meant the best type of cheese, which is the salted cheese, nonetheless, when the person, Rabbi Shol says, even when he says the cheese, he does not mean only the best type, he means all type of cheeses, even ones that are unsalted. So for some reason, when it comes to the word cheese, the cheese, which it seems to be agreed that the most desirable cheese, right, the best type of cheese is the salted, but nonetheless, Rabbi Shol said when people say the cheese, it does not mean to only talk about the best type of cheese. It includes all types of cheeses. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi. Yeah.